This weekend, the Bassmaster Classic returns to Knoxville on Fort Loudon and Tellico Lakes. And this morning, we want to welcome Harrison Strickland and Shannon O-Quinn with the Tennessee Valley Authority to daytime for a preview of this huge event and to talk safety on the water this spring and summer. Good morning, gentlemen. How y'all doing?
Just fine.
Doing good.
Let's get into it because we got some water to cover, okay, some ground to cover today. Let's first of all, before we get into the Bassmaster Classic, let's talk about safety on our area waters, especially around our TVA dams.
Yeah, that's right. So we as TVA, we just ask people before they go out on the water, make sure to just check all of your equipment, make sure it's operating effectively and appropriately. Check your outboard motor, check your trolling motor, check all of your instruments long before you go out on the water. Public safety around dams occurs well before anybody hits the boat ramp to get into the water. And so we just ask people, make sure you got life jackets, make sure all your equipment is operating appropriately.
And we're seeing some video that you all have put together actually of a boat with some mannequins in it showing what can happen if you get too close to those spillways at a dam.
That's right, that's right. And that video is actually a recreation of an event that happened out at one of our dams in West Tennessee several years ago where unfortunately some folks, they had some engine trouble upstream of the dam and that current while we were spilling water accidentally pulled them into the spillway and unfortunately they didn't make it.
Oh goodness, I hate to hear that.
Yeah.
But it's important, especially if you're going to fish near a dam, to be especially aware of your surroundings. Don't get too close, especially those spillways.
That's
I mean, take notice of where you're at.
That's right, that's right. We just ask the public to pay attention to all of the posted public safety signage that's around the dams and our warning systems, our alarms and our lights that are posted there for the public safety.
And it's not only above the dams. If you're fishing in the tailwaters below the dam, also need to be careful watching those generation schedules.
That's right, that's right. As we're releasing water out of the generators or out of the spillway, those can create powerful currents that can pull people back into that water that we're releasing.
And one last thing, and we cannot say this enough, and I'll say it every time I talk boating or fishing on here, wear your life jacket.
That's right, absolutely.
Wear your flotation devices. Let's switch gears to something a little happier. Let's talk about the Bassmaster Classic this week.
Oh yeah, the Super Bowl.
The Super Bowl.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it's happening Friday, Saturday, and Sunday of this week. And you know, it's the best bass fishermen. They fished all year last year. They had to qualify for the tournament, and you know. They're fishing on Fort Loudon and Tellico reservoirs, and it's a big economic impact. A lot of people really doesn't realize how big the Bassmaster Classic is. The last time the Bassmasters came to Knoxville, it brought in like $35 million worth of economic impact to the region. So. Yeah, it's
real money.
It's a big deal.
Yeah,
yes,
absolutely. And folks can go down there in the mornings and in the evenings, watch them put in, watch them take off, and then come back for those weigh-ins.
Yes, yes, and they've got an expo. And
that expo.
If you like to, you know, buy fishing lures and rods and reels, that's
or you just like to look at boats or fishing reels and all that. If you just like to look at it.
Yes. And I want to mention TVA. We do a lot of things. You know, a lot of people associate us with producing electricity, but we also do a lot of stewardship activities.
Absolutely.
And so we have a booth, and we've got a 750-gallon tank, and it's going to be full of fish that we caught out of Watts Bar Reservoir, not in the reservoirs where the fishermen are fishing, and so we'll have about 30 different species of fish that a lot of people may never have seen before.
And they all came from Watts Bar.
And they all came from Watts Bar.
When you think about that, 30 different species in one lake.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, a lot of people really don't realize that we're in a hot spot of biodiversity. You know, there's in the whole Tennessee Valley, there's over 300 different fish species. So not just the fish you catch, but hey, I love the fish, so I like to hang out with those fishermen too. So
absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, guys, we appreciate it. Y'all are going to hang around. We're going to talk a little outdoor Appalachia a little later on our WJHL Plus app. We'll have that for you later on this afternoon. We'll be talking with these gentlemen. But folks, the Bassmaster Classic is going on. We have that event schedule going on right now, and we want to encourage you. This spring and summer, be safe on our area lakes.